All right, let's get on with the drive. All right. Let's go this way. What is this guy doing? My favorite part about this car definitely is the sound. This car sounds amazing. Paddles are responsive when you're on the throttle, but as expected, if you're kind of just driving casually, the paddles are a little bit slow, but you get used to it and it's not that bad. But when you are on the throttle, these paddles respond very quick. I just love doing little baby pools like that. It just sounds so good. Man, people love to ride their bikes on this road. In my opinion, the 2018 Pluses are definitely the best of the Coyotes. They're just so much more powerful. The 10 speeds are really good. The manual's the manual, you know, pretty much the same. MT82 you find in any Coyote, but this 10 speed is just really, I don't know, it's really good. It's much better than the older automatic 6 speeds found in the older S550s, the S197s. But yeah. So in these newer S550s, I would recommend going the automatic 10-speed unless you really just love driving manual. The roads are definitely cold today, so I'm not going to be driving it too hard. And there's definitely some salt on these roads. I'm not sure if there's salt on these roads. Doesn't really look like there's that much salt, but yeah. Not gonna go too crazy, but I'm definitely gonna show you guys what this car can do. This is the 2022 model, so 450 horsepower, so they say, compared to standard 460 in the 2018, 19, 21, 23. But all you need to do to bump that horsepower back up, it's an easy fix. It's just a filter in the intake or something like that. Just partial throttle pulls like that in this car. It is so fun. It puts you back in your seat just enough to where you can enjoy a nice pull. You can hear some rattles in the interior because it's winter, but that is to be expected. Got a really sharp turn right here. Nice pull there. I just eased into third gear and it feels really, really good. I'm just gonna pull into this little neighborhood right here to turn around. And there goes my phone. Turn around right here. Seatbelt's locking up on me because it knows I just did a little pull. The one thing about this car is that it just loves to rev. These 2018 plus models, redline 7,500 instead of the old around 6,500, something like that. So this car just loves to rev. And it sounds so good while you're doing it too. Take it easy on this road. This road's really bumpy, but it's definitely fun to do some pulls on this road here. So this is actually a 400A package, so it only has leather seats. It's got drag strip mode, track mode, and a couple other cool little things, but does not have the cool gauges. It does not have the nicer leather seats, memory seats, but still really fun and enjoyable. As you can see with this 10-speed, this, when it shifts, it drops like 500 RPMs, and that is it. It is amazing. There's 7,000. Beautiful. And this car is just really, really fast. I love it. And this car is actually can handle a lot of abuse, though that's pretty much all the abuse I'm gonna do to this car today. But yeah, as you can see, this car is amazing. When you do your pulls, it definitely puts you back in your seat really well. It doesn't pull insane, but it's enough to where you're satisfied and you're having a good time. I'm a little afraid to put it in second gear because the roads are really cold today. So I think third gear does it just fine. But yeah, back to the packages. The 300A package in this S55 is not that good. You get a really, really tiny screen. You get cloth seats, which aren't that bad. Overall, I'd get the premium, which is what I did. At least, at the very minimum, 400A package. In my opinion, the 401 or the 401A package is definitely a step up from this. If you can find a used one for a similar price, maybe a couple thousand more than a regular premium, definitely would recommend getting that over this. But either way, this car's fun. One option this car does have that I don't think I'd want this car without is the active exhaust. This does have the active exhaust, and that is why it sounds so good. This guy is going into my lane. That's not good. I'm supposed to be the crowd crasher, not him. I'm in the Mustang. All you have to do to take it out of manual mode is you just hold the paddle down. That's simple. I like to just have it in sport mode. When you put it in sport mode, if you don't know, as soon as you hit the paddle, it will keep you in manual mode until you take it out, like I just did. And to my knowledge, if you just hold the the downshift button or the left paddle down, it should put you in the most optimal gear. Never actually tried it out, but that is a cool feature that I'm pretty sure this car should have. Not about to test it out right now, but more on the modes. This car in drag strip mode is absolutely insane. The shifts are extremely hard, and you might even lose your back end for a split second there, because it is literally it's like trying to jolt you forward. That's how crazy this transmission is. And one thing that you will notice if you drive an automatic 10-speed Mustang GT is that the shifts are actually kind of hard. I was really surprised the first time I'd been in this thing. The shifts, they really, you know, they kind of push you back in your seat for a second, which is really interesting. I think it's really cool. Sometimes it doesn't when you don't want it to, but overall, it's definitely a really, really cool thing about this car. Alright, that is my first POV video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Give you guys a little bit of insight before you buy your own Mustang GT. 10-speed, hopefully. The manual's fine too, but give you guys a couple revs before we go. That also reminds me, one thing, when you're revving it, you can't rev it as much as you want because this thing has a rev limiter. It still lets you rev it really high, but it does have a rev limiter. Last time I checked, that revved up really high. I don't but yep, that's my final thoughts on my car.